What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm coming back with a brand new type of video. Today we're going to be starting up the league racing series in this channel. Today we're going to be racing at the Portland International Raceway in Velocity Online Racing, otherwise known, as you'll be hearing through the rest of this video, VOR or VOR. Now, when iRacing released this track onto the service, I was so hyped for this racetrack. This is technically my home racetrack. It's the closest NASCAR and IndyCar racetrack to where I live in the Pacific Northwest. So it was definitely on my mind to get as many laps as I could in this practice and also try and be as competitive as possible. Now, as you'll see right here, I'm going to make a couple mistakes. Oop, that's not good. Alright, let's skip. Try not to do that again. I just got onto the rumble strip and just did. And as you saw right there, I made a couple mistakes right there. Just got on the rumble strip and just testing the limits of this car at this track. But I'm gonna throw up the schedule graphic right now to try and show you guys what we got left going on. So this is the last road course race of the season. We got Homestead and Auto Club left to run in this league, and so it'll be very important to try and get a solid finish here at Portland and see what we can do in the final two oval races of the season. So without further ado, let's head over to qualifying. So we're going to be in the second group. So after the first 7 minutes of path, there's going to be like an extra minute just in case for everyone else to finish up their lap. And then I think we'll be able to go. I think we're a solid like potential top 10 here. I'm not fast enough to get like a, you know, low 59 or yeah, like mid 58s like some of these guys did in practice. Where's he braking there? Right before 200, so right at the 300 pretty much.
1 minute left for group 1.
I've been alternating through first and second, and yeah, he's keeping tight to the left. That's what I thought. Best to do. Yeah, this lap is a throwaway. I don't think he's gonna get it. Oh yeah, that's not it. That is not it. Alright, let's get going. Let's see what we can do here. First lap is gonna be all about trying to get tire temp here. Trying our best to try and get these tires up to temperature as fast as possible, and then setting the first two laps as quickly as possible. I missed a corner, damn it. Alright, I have to go one more time and try and get more representative time. Yep, that lap's not going to count anyway, because I went off track. So I'm not going to have a banker lap in it. Yep, and then I fucked it. Alright. Reset. But at least the good thing is I don't have to worry about anyone being in front of me, so I don't have to worry about like the slightest hint of dirty air. Yeah, man, I got the bump there. That's not good. Very scruffy lap here. This is not going to be a good representation of the speed we got. Alright, we'll do or die here. Alright, we're up so far. It's a good sign. Just don't mess up those last couple of corners here. There we go. That's solid. That's gonna be it. I don't have enough fuel to make it back around, so that's gonna be probably the best we're gonna get. 59.0. I probably could have cleaned up a couple more corners on my last lap, but looks like we're P11. So like I said, we're close to getting 10th there, actually, like a hundredth off about. So I mean, very, very close to getting top 10 starting position, but you know, I'll take 11th. So now we got to figure out pit strategy. All right, so I'm gonna slap on the primary tires here. 24, probably 23 laps per stint. Yeah, it's for sure gonna be a 3-stop. So yeah, starting on primes, get these out of the way first, and then just run alternates for the rest of the race. Yeah, he's starting on alt or primaries. Looks like the guy ahead of us starting alts. Can't tell who's the guy behind us is starting alts. I don't know about the guy. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully we can come out here with a solid finish. I'm just looking for a top 10, clean, easy day, and make it out of here alive. First stint's all going to be about just maintaining pace and try not to bleed any positions off the start.
And for the first time ever, IndyCar, VOR IndyCar Championship at Portland. Green flag in the air. Here we go. The run down of turn one is underway. And already Luis Nunez breaks out to a big lead going into the turn.
Right, so this whole first lap was just about trying to make sure our nose is staying clean and just not getting involved in any kind of incident whatsoever. As you see, we cleared the guy that we're battling into the festival chicane, and then right up ahead we got someone overshooting the corner. I'm making a mistake there. That's Forsyth. We've already made up 2 positions and we haven't done anything really. So as long as we keep our nose clean, we should come out here with a pretty solid finish, but other people weren't so lucky.
Brewer with a good launch into the wall. Brewer.
We already got an issue there. Another spot for us. And at this point I was thinking, alright, we can just set sail, get into a rhythm here, and hopefully make up some more spots, but this happened. Oh, yep, already made a mistake there. I was afraid of doing that.
Is Molina in 9th. He just lost the position. Actually, Molina falling down the order. I think he spun it. Yeah, he missed the corner.
Yeah, we lost all of our spots. Just like that. Our race is already in the dumpster. And you know, it was just a simple mistake, just overdriving the last 2 corners there and going into the runoff. Thankfully, we didn't get a black flag or a stop-go penalty to serve later in this race, but definitely unfortunate. Now that we are putting on our back foot and basically coming from the back of the field to try and get to anywhere remotely close to where we were before, and it was just all about trying to mitigate those type of issues at the opening starts of the race. And unfortunately, we were the ones that made the mistake, and now we have to get our way back up.
Another car off.
Cut turn 1. Yep. So he's going to have to serve a slowdown here, and that's right in front of Hodgson and others, so they're all going to get stacked up here through these left-rights.
That looks like we got a big pack of cars ahead of us, so I hope we can pounce on them slowing each other up here, racing each other, and pick up whatever places we can get. Now right here, we have caught the back of this pack, but you see right there too, we got someone who's blinking in and out. That means their internet connection is not all there. And so it was really tough for me to get a good exit off the corner. Otherwise, I probably would have passed him going into this first corner. And you're going to see here, I should be glad I didn't. And he does that.
Go right.
Glad we were able to miss that, but that was just stupid. And then later this lap, we finally get a good launch out of this final corner, get a good run on him, and we're going to use some push to pass to get closer to him. Looks like we finally got a good run on him here. There we go, first actual pass of the race made. And later this lap, we have another insane save in this last couple of corners. I don't know how I did that and didn't die, but pretty much made the same mistake as I did first couple of laps, except that I was able to blow it up. Looks like this seems to be the crossover point for the red tire runners. Oh yeah, this guy ahead of me, Forsyth, he's really burned up his stuff, it looks like, because he was falling back a lot. This is the point where it was good to start on the black tires. And you can already see the gap to Forsyth already coming down quite a bit. As we ride along board with Forsyth here, he actually is going to make a big mistake here coming out of this last corner, getting on the throttle a little bit too quick, spins halfway out, and then we were able to get by. Thankfully he didn't gas it up right there and nail us in the side pod, but we were able to get by unscathed. Now we got to set our sights on guys up ahead. We got 5.5 to try and catch 13th at least, so let's see if we can put our heads down and catch them. Thing is that that Hunter's got and we don't, is they got slipstream on the long straightaways here, so they're getting held up in the corners a lot, but they're also getting the slipstream on the straightaways, so it's we're kind of breaking even. So we are gaining slowly but surely. But it looks like we won't be able to catch them because we're gonna pit in about 4 laps.
Oh, here they come. Here they come. A little bit of a tire spin for Strauss to the inside. Starting the festival corners. Strauss got forced high a little bit. And Hunter Ingrave gets the position. Clean racing, but it got tight quarters there. It's very narrow through there.
Like one of the faster cars in that pair made a switch and got past them. So it's like Strauss is going to be the guy that's going to be a slower car in this situation. So you can try and push and hopefully get to him pretty close before we're at the pit here. Look, all the leaders are pitting this time. Maybe. Yeah, everyone's pitting now. Yeah, everyone's pitting this lap. Mainly for fuel, not for tires. Here we are coming into the pit box for the first of 2 stops this race. I came in a little bit too conservative because it was my first time pitting, but I could have been a little bit more aggressive here. Alright, guy ahead of us got black tires on, so right now we got dirty air, cold tires. Gonna be very careful here. Gonna take it very conservative. Front tires not gonna be gripping very much. Looks like this guy ahead of us getting held up big time. So I just got understeer so badly. Yeah. That's expected right there. Just gotta try and keep up with these guys, claw back to probably top 10 where we were before. But I am gonna be faster than this guy ahead of me, so I can try and make use of these red tires as much as I can. I'm not going to be using my push pass here because I'm going to try and see if I can get a good enough run on this last corner to where I can use them on the front stretch. And as we work our way through the last couple of corners of this lap, I get a pretty solid run and good rotation through that final corner, but just didn't have a good enough run to really capitalize on the gap we made up to Strauss here. But later in this lap, I'm all over his gearbox going through the festival curves here, and right here we're right on his bumper on the exit of this corner, and down to the inside we go, and we get the move done. Smart move. Calculated. Let's go. We got loose behind us. Alright, so we got P11 and P10 up ahead of us, so we're definitely in the fight to try and get back to where we were before the mistake. Alright, so we caught back up to 11th place here. See what we can do with them. And just like a couple laps prior, we set up the pass out of the last festival curves, and down the inside we go, but we hesitate, and we force the guy ahead of us to go into mistake. We gotta force him into mistake. Perfect. Didn't cost up much time either. Faked like I was gonna go to the inside, and he just overdrove the corner. I'd love to see it. It is important to note that these tires will start to fall off towards the end of this run, of the fuel run, so the guys that we just passed are probably going to be coming back to us eventually. So our job is to try and pretty much pull away as much as possible. Build up a big enough gap to where when these tires start falling off and they start catching up, they're not going to be nearly as close. Josh made a mistake there. It's time to pounce. Got a good run out of that final corner, but not enough momentum on our side to really make the move here.
On your left. Still there. All clear, all clear.
No contact made the move work. We're through. Now we gotta try and set our sights on Millward up ahead for 9th. But we're back in the top 10, we're where we want to be. I'm burning too much of my push pass here though. I gotta stop from here on out. I gotta too hard. Now what you're gonna be hearing next is some interesting radio chatter during the race.
Do I have to let you buy 8 tenths back? Real guys. 8 tenths while I'm racing? Okay, go on.
Shut up and drive.
The blue flag is mandatory, not optional.
So there you hear Bree trying to justify of him trying to race the leader, and it kind of backfiring on him. There you go. Now we're pulling away from him a bit more. All right, so we're gonna be good on fuel from here on out. Once we make our final pit stop. Because we're getting within 20 to go. Full tank of fuel is about 24, so.
Blue flag, blue flag.
Alright, viewers are pitting. We'll stay out one more lap. I got lucky there. I didn't have to let up for the leader there.
3, 2, 1.
Alright boys, so here we come in for our second pit stop of the race. Came in and just replaced the old tires with brand new alternate tires, and we should be good to go on fuel. And as we take off, you're going to see us actually blend on track right in front of the leader. So I had to quickly swerve out of the way in the festival chicane right here, and just to give the leader space and also not get in trouble with the stewards after the race. And so I unfortunately had to go into the marbles and lost a good bit of time on pit exit there in my out lap, and that allowed Christensen to catch back up to me and put me under a lot of pressure on my out lap, which is a big deal because he pitted a lap before me. He's got his tires already up to temperature, and you can just see right here the difference in speed and the cornering, how much I'm struggling and how much understeering through these slow corners, how he's able to just get great acceleration off these corners. Now here going down the backstretch, Christensen had a big run. I only used a little bit of push to pass, didn't want to use too much of it, and I chose the safe route and just let him through. Right, he got by us. Now we're going to have to pass him back if we can. Gotta get by him soon because this guy behind me is going to catch up too. Alright, so fast forward later to this lap. We're on the backstretch. I get a pretty good run out of the curves, and I'm on the push to pass right here. I have enough momentum to try and pull off and move to the inside. I'm looking to the inside right here. Very sketchy place to try and make it double wide pass, but didn't get it done. But now he actually makes a mistake. I forced him into a mistake to overdrive the last corner. He gets a poor exit. Now we're drag racing down the front straightaway. 3-car battle going to turn 1. I choose the defensive route. Now we got almost 3 wide into turn 1. Surely this can't work, but I accidentally overdrive the corner just a little bit, but I managed to stay ahead of this pack just barely and still made up time while doing it. Now I got the guy behind me who's on the same strategy and is actually just a little bit faster than me. So now over the next 10-ish laps, I'm going to have to try my best and pick up pace to hold him behind me. As you see right here on lap 57, we're holding off Bree as best as we can. We're actually going down this front straightaway, weaving as much as I can, aggressively as I can to break the slipstream. These cars don't have DRS, but they do have push to pass, and the slipstream is very strong with these cars. So it was very important that I had to break the slipstream on the straightaway here. Get a little slow exit out of the festival curve there. Then going into this first right-hander, I actually messed up and gave the inside a little bit too much to Bree here, and he almost takes it up to the inside right here and almost gets us, but we're able to close the door right there and pull away for the time being. I mean, we're catching 9th right here, so like he's definitely faster than me, so if we can catch that guy up ahead and slow each other down trying to pass him, might be able to get 9th, or yeah, hold 9th. So now it appears that we have actually pulled away a little bit from Bree on that back straightaway, but we're going to see right here is I actually overdrive the corner, and you can hear right there for a split second that I actually got the tire rubber on my tires, so that compromised my exit, and I'm just weaving like crazy on the straightaway, trying to make sure Bree doesn't get the slipstream on me and gain any closer. And it seems right here into turn 1 that he gains a ton of time on me under braking. Even though I'm braking later than I've ever have been in this race, he's still gaining time on me in that first corner, but everywhere else I'm able to hold the gap to him. As you see right here, Bree has a good run on us, but right here he goes way too deep into the corner, overshoots it, makes a big mistake, and we're able to pull a big gap from that mistake. He made a mistake. Alright, they gave us some breathing room there, but we can't relax too much because he's going to be catching back up again. He's faster than us probably. 20 seconds left and we get about 5 to go. Just like that, he's right back in it. So what we need to do, just check him up there. Apex of that corner and just gap him on the exit. And as we head into the Festival Chicanes here, you can see just how much Bree is able to catch up on us on the braking zone. But right there, he gets a little squirrely on power, and we pull away from him just a little bit more. And that kind of shows how much more he was pushing on his tires than we were. And right here, we're just able to pull away from him a ton. All right, coming to 2 to go here. That was a feisty little battle there with him. And a feisty little battle that was indeed. Gave me a good run for my money for P9 right there, and unfortunately he didn't really have much left in store for me to kind of sweat me off a little bit more. And you know, he was just pushing through his push pass and tires way too much there. Got very little push pass left, and it looks like the guy behind me backed off, so looks like the P10 is where we're gonna finish. Alright, last lap here. Looks like we lost a little bit to the guy up ahead, but that's fine. All we gotta do is just bring it home. Alright, well, start at P11. Looks like we're gonna finish P10, so finish 1 spot above where we started, so that's cool. Fun little battle. All race along with 2 other guys. Final corner, we're gonna come home. P10. The inaugural race here at Portland for this league. Fun race. I enjoyed that one very much. And my butt hurts. Oh my god. Oh. I'm exhausted from that race, like mentally exhausted. Man, I love this racetrack. It's my home racetrack, so I was super excited to make this video. And run this race in this league, so. Glad I was able to come home P10. One can only hope where we would have finished if I hadn't made that mistake in early parts in the race, so fun times. All right, well, finished the race finally, and made it through all the race without any real damage. Nothing crazy happening other than the mistake I made on like lap 3, which ultimately costed me probably a better running position at the end, because I feel like if I didn't make that mistake, I probably would have finished probably 8th at best, because that's kind of where we were running anyways before the mistake. But yeah, great recovery drive. I mean, came from the back, pretty much second to last car on the track early in the race, and passed a lot of cars through the pits and on track, and had a lot of intense battles, but a lot of fun ones. So if you guys want to see more of this type of content of league racing, make sure to let me know down in comments, and also by subscribing to the channel, like in the video. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Here they come. Woo!